glasses? Yes. I got my glasses. All right, everybody. Shalom, Ahab, wa Baraka. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Waha, Rakah, Kodash, and double honors to the elder apostles, the prophets, and the teachers that are bringing out this 100% truth. That are the elders, apostles, and the teachers at GMS that have been bringing out this 100% truth for the last 30 plus years. Also to the sincere Akia wa Aqua, and to the disciples that are on the right path, that 1/3, citations. All right, let's just get right into it. I'm trying to make a new spot for myself right here. It's kind of loud, so I can turn off the fan, but then I might burn up to death. So it's hot in Arizona right now. I'm just gonna do a quick response. I gotta turn the fan off. I gotta turn it off. There we go. I'm pretty sure that'll be a lot better. All right, so I just wanted to do a quick response to the woman eating pork. Well, actually, she's eating a whole ass pig's head. Let's see if we can find it real quick. Maybe I can show it to you guys. The woman eating a whole pig's head on the YouTube short. Well, dang. I guess there's a bunch of them. Yeah. Let's see if you guys can see that. Hold on. This is just that's the pig's head, the brain and all that nastiness. Look. So I just want to do a response to this because this is disgusting. That was complete disgust. And then there's one that's even worse. Our people got to be worse than everybody. Our people got to be on a whole different level of, she's just going to cook it up and bite the nose off and sing a song about it. But so let's just get right into it. First of all, Isaiah chapter 65 KJV. It's going to get hot in here for me, so bear with me. I turned off that fan so we could hear better. So let's go ahead and start from, let's start at verse 2. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people, which walketh in the way that was not good, after their own thoughts. A people that provoke me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in the gardens, and burneth incense upon altars of bricks. And guess what they're sacrificing in the garden? Let's read verse 4. Which remain among the graves and lodge in the mounts, which eat swine's flesh. And both the abominable thing is in their vessels. Now we all know that there's a precept in Isaiah 66 and 17, but I'm not going to bring that out yet. Let's go to the book of Deuteronomy first. This is going to be a quick class. So anyway, it's hot in here. I'm already sweating like I stole something. So Deuteronomy chapter 14, and we're going to go right to the point, starting at verse 3. Thou shalt not eat any abominable thing. So it already told you that not only was there swine's flesh, but the abominable thing also. These are the beasts which ye shall eat: the ox, the sheep, the goat, the hart, and the roebuck, and the fowl, the fallow deer, and the wild goat, and the pygard, and the wild ox, and the cameus. If I'm saying it wrong, my bad. But anyway, and every beast that parteth the hoof and cleaveth the cleft into two claws, and claweth the cud among the beasts, that ye shall eat. Nevertheless, these ye shall not eat of them which chew the cud, or of them that divide the cloven hoof, as a camel. So don't eat camels, just for all of you dummies that think you can eat a camel. And the hare, hares are rabbits. So no, you're not allowed to have rabbits. And the coonie, which I forget what that is, but my bad. For they chew the cud, but divide not the hoof. Therefore, they are unclean to you. Let's get verse 8, where the point is. Here's the point. And the swine, that's a pig, because it divideth the hoof and cheweth not the cud, it is unclean to you. You shall not eat of their flesh, nor touch their dead carcasses. So, it's saying that you can't even touch the dead carcass of a pig. So you can have a pet pig. It's not saying that. It's saying that you can't fucking eat it. You can't boil its head in grease and act like that's a delicacy. That is disgusting. And it's against Yahweh's law. And when you break these rules, it's punishable by death. When you eat pork, most high willing, it's punishable by a slow, painful death. But it can also, watch, the Most High is like, those days are over. He's coming to burn you this time. But first, let's get the Levitical law too. Since we're going to be redundant, let's bring out both of them. Let's go to Leviticus, and we're going to go to chapter 11, and we're going to go down to verse 7. And the swine, so this is Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. Let's go to verse 4 first. Nevertheless, these shall ye not eat of them which chew the cud, or of them that divide the hoof, as a camel, because the camel cheweth the cud, but divideth not the hoof. And he is unclean to you. Now let's jump down to 7. The swine, though it divideth the hoof, and be cloven-footed, yet cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you. Woo, it's hot in here today, people. I should have brought a towel. But you know what? It'll keep me, you know what? Not having that fan on is going to keep me on point. Because I'm not going to want to sit out here going for like all over the place. I need to stick to the point. And so leaving the fan off is actually going to help me do that. So let's go back into Isaiah now. Because in Isaiah, let's go back to Isaiah chapter 65 again. Because now we're going to read it again in context, because we know that they're not allowed to eat this stuff, and breaking Yahweh's law is punishable by death. So let's go back to Isaiah, and we're going to go ahead and read 3 and 4 again. A people that provoke me to anger continually to my face, that sacrificeth in the gardens and burneth incense upon the altars of bricks. So not only are they eating swine's flesh, but they're worshiping false gods. And usually when they go out into the groves and they hide out in the groves to do all of their false god worship, it's usually a goddess worship, a female god of fertility. Going all the way to back. So these are all Babylonian traditions too when you get into it. A lot of them go back to Babylonian traditions. So let's go ahead and read verse 4. Which remain among the graves, and lodge in the mounts, which eat swine's flesh, and both of abominable things is in their vessels. So let's do it. Let's just get Isaiah 66, because we know that the abominable things are in their vessels and they're eating swine's flesh. Isaiah 66 and 15. And what does it say? For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Do you guys, okay, wait, why am I reading this to all the swine's flesh people? Because this is directly related to your judgment. Let me keep reading. Verse 16. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh plead with all flesh, and the slain of Yahweh shall be many. Now here's the point. Why am I reading? Oh, well, everybody's going to... No, listen carefully. Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh. And the abomination, there's that abomination again, and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith Yahweh. And I want to read the next verse. Honestly, it's a beautiful verse. Okay, so verse 18. For I know their works. He knows exactly what you're doing. For I know their works and their thoughts. It shall come that I will gather all the nations and tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. So his glory is that judgment, that reward that he's bringing for everybody. Now he knows your works. He said it. I know thy works, and we all know that goes right into Revelation chapter 22, my favorite verse. I know thy works. And what does it say? Verse 22 and 12, behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. So he knows your works. He knows your works. So let's go back over to Isaiah chapter 66 and 17. For I know thy works and their thoughts. So he knows your works and your deepest, darkest thoughts. It shall come to pass that I will gather all nations' tongues, and they shall come and see my glory. So you can't really get away from this. He knows exactly what you're doing. You're not going to be able to justify all these videos and making songs and really just making a mockery of the Levitical law. The blood was only sprinkled on the Israelites. And pretty soon what's going to happen is the Israelites are going to be finished paying their judgment. But when the rest of you 2/3 that haven't been judged yet, you're going to see your brothers and sisters rise up into a cloud. And then the Most High is going to finish destroying you guys. So you guys have a very, very short amount of time left before the Most High is done with all of this, how would you say it? Foolishness, foolery, or stupidity, purposely acting stupid. You purposely act stupid, and you think that the Most High is gonna, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is just gonna let you get away with, you can justify yourself. You can't justify yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to Isaiah chapter 1, and we're going to close out there. So this is Isaiah chapter 1, going to verse 27. Zion shall be redeemed with judgment. What I just tell you? Judgment. And her converts with righteousness. So Zion's going to be redeemed with judgment. Whether you're doing good, that's what I just read it to you in Revelation 22 and 12. Behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. It says, I know their works. I know their thoughts. He knows what you're doing. He knows what you're thinking. He knows your deep thoughts. So you come over here and be like, yeah, brother, speak all the Hebrew words, say all the things right, know all the scriptures. But at the end of the day, you might just despise everything about what you just did and really truly in your heart hate your brother. So he knows those deep thoughts, not us. We're not there yet. But Zion will be redeemed with judgment, and her converts with righteousness. So all of you that repent and come back to, and let me say it like this, come back to the laws, the statutes within the laws, and the direct commands that were given to us to the best of your ability, according to your knowledge, and applying what you learn to your life, things that you know you can do. Now, there's a lot of things that you can't do right now. Okay, and let me get to some basic stuff, a law that we should be able to keep, but we can't. Mixed fabrics. Mixed fabrics. It says don't mix fabrics, and it actually has a very, a good reason for it. Let me give you a perfect example of why we shouldn't mix fabrics real quick. Just as one of the examples of the laws we can't keep. But the reason why you don't want to mix wool with linen, they're both give off a vibration of energy, a healing vibration. But when you put wool and linen together, they cancel each other out, which gives zero vibration. So back then, that was all we were really wearing, other than we would wear cotton, which it gives off a vibration like of life. So it gives off this life vibration. So wool and linen, like wool and flax, they give off like 1,000. Like that's completely, these garments are healing when they're made out of linen or wool. Like when you wear real garments. Cotton gives off like 100. But when you wear poly anything, it's a 0. It's like wearing death on your skin. So, but we can't keep that law, right? Because we got all these mixed fabrics. How about the foods? They've poisoned all the food. And the food that you eat in your captivity will be unclean to you. You know that we're not going to the Rainbow Mafia and we're not going to stone him to death and then bury him under a pile of rocks and then name the fucking pile of rocks. Everybody's wife has probably been with somebody else before they met their wife. Some of us have wives that had different relationships. We didn't know any of that until we got into the truth. Been married for a bunch of years and I never even knew. Personally me, but you know what? When it was, it's just like, what I'm getting to, the point is that you're going to come back to the laws, the statutes, and the direct commands to the best of your ability, according to your knowledge, applying what you learn, what you can do to your life. Now, eating swine's flesh, that law can be kept on a daily basis. And it goes into, I think it's Hannah and the 7 sons. They literally gave their lives before they would eat swine's flesh to show homage to the king. They were willing to give their lives. You guys aren't willing to do anything in this day and age. So let me just read it again, and then I'm going to shut it down. So I'm going to start from 27 and just read right through. Zion shall be redeemed with judgment, and her converts with righteousness. And the destruction of the transgressors and of the sinners shall be together. And they that forsake Yahweh shall be consumed. For they shall be ashamed of the oaks which they have desired, and they shall be confounded for the gardens that ye have chosen. For ye shall be as an oak whose leaf fadeth, and as a garden that hath no water. I was like, what happened? my screen started to go dark. I was like, what? So, in other words, what happens when you don't water a garden? It withers away. So what is he saying about you? You transgressors and sinners? Together, you're going to wither away like a garden that didn't get watered. But the righteous, they're going to be like, I have a garden outside, and the more we water it. So the more we study and put our nose in the book, the more we blossom and grow in the truth. That's what it's trying to tell you. So it's saying, all you transgressors and sinners, you don't have anything to do with this book. So in the end, you're literally the walking dead right now. That's why they call you the walking dead, because you're about to be stubble. Put the stubble in a pile and burn it, but take the wheat, put the tares in a pile and bind them up and burn them. But take the wheat and put it in the barn where it's safe. So he's going to take all of you transgressors and sinners, and he's going to burn you pursuant to Isaiah 66, 15, and 16. And the righteous that convert, that come back to the truth and are sincere, he's going to protect you. He's going to put you right under his wing of protection, the shield and buckler of truth. So anyway, with that being said, if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, I hope you got something out of the short message. And I want to still, one more time, give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Waha, Rakha, Kodash. Shalom.